Today I'm going to show you how to do my go-to everyday look. When I don't feel like doing something crazy or different, this is what I usually do. So to start off, I always moisturize my face as soon as I get out of the shower, and I use chapstick. And then I am going to put on a foundation primer. This is the Laura Mercier foundation primer. And you just need like a pea-sized amount. And I am going to put that all over my skin. It's just going to allow for the foundation to have something to stick to so it lasts longer. And make sure you get like any crevices here with your nose, on your eyelids, around your face, down your neck, just so you have a nice base. Next, I like to obviously put on my foundation. I use the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in Desert Beige. So I'm going to use this foundation brush. It's Sephora's Must Have Foundation number 10. And I also will go in afterwards and I'll use a kabuki brush. And this is the Eco Tools kabuki brush. Just simple. So I will coat my whole face in this. And go around my lips. It's literally like painting your face. I really like this foundation because I had like a really hard time finding one that would stay in place because I have combination skin. So there are a lot of foundations that would dry my skin out or they'd be too oily and would come off. And this one is just a godsend. So get up right under my eyes, get above my mouth, get in those crevices because you don't want to leave them undone because it'll look funny. And my whole nose. And when you also apply foundation, you want to go like right up into your hairline, right up to your ears. You don't want your face to be one color and then like especially since my face tends to be red. Get right in that hairline, which might seem silly, but it'll make it look better. Get on my eyelids. I try to avoid my brows just because it makes it harder to put your brow product on, whatever you decide to use personally. And I want to go down my neck so you don't have one color on your face and then different color on your neck. You don't want to block out anything. Okay, so now I have all this foundation on and I look ridiculous if I were to just leave it like this and go around every day. So this is where I'm going to take the kabuki brush and I'm going to go circular motions all around my face. Down my neck, I'm going to make sure it smooths out. Again, getting those crevices so you don't have blocks of foundation. Go up into that hairline. Now I am going to do my contour. So I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, light to medium, and powder. I think powder is easier to manipulate and put on, and it stays on way better for me for some reason. So I'm going to use this angled brush to put it on, and I'm actually going to use this middle color. I think it works pretty well for me. And I'm going to put the product on my brush, and then when you contour, you're making shadows and highlights on your face. So you want to put the contour line where the divot under your cheekbone is. So a lot of people like to make a fish face. Usually that doesn't work for me. So I just start here by my hairline, just a little bit above my ear, and I'm going to trace down kind of like I'm making a line to the corner of my mouth, but not going all the way. And you want to go up your face also, because you're trying to make your face appear smaller and more hollowed out. And being that I have a round face, contouring is a godsend. So make sure you can even grab the bristles so you have more control of it and you can manipulate it more. And then I am going to actually go in with I'm going to use this color all the way on the left of the palette, and I'm going to load my brush, and I'm going to trace my jawline, and I'm going to go all around my face, under my chin, everything. And you're going to start from behind your ear, because if you were to start here and the shadow wouldn't go all the way, it would look really weird. It's all about smooth connection and a good transition. I'm going to put more on my brush. Okay, I'm going to do my contour on my other side so you don't have to watch that. So an important thing to also note is that if I had my bangs up, I would actually want to contour right here on both sides of my widow's peak. So I'm not going to do it because I have my bangs down and no one's going to see it anyway. I'm not going to waste the product. It would be kind of silly to do unless you feel like your bangs are going to go up at some point during the day. Now the next part of doing the contouring regimen is you have to highlight your face. So in the Anastasia Beverly Hills thing, there's one that's like more sparkly. I don't know if you can see it well. And when you highlight, the best tool to use is the fan brush. So I actually will squeeze the fan brush so you have more control and more product gets on. And I'm just gonna rub it into that circle. And I have product on my brush. So my contour is here. You want to highlight above that. So just back and forth, sweeping motion, back into your hairline. And now you can see this highlight. So then I'll do my other side. I also like to highlight down here, because if you think about it, if the shadow is here because there's a divot in your face, these are going to be higher points. So I don't use this sparkly one for that. I will use this one over here. Just fill in this little triangle. You also want to highlight with that same matte color on your chin and on this triangle on your forehead, the top of your T-zone. So that's that. The next part you want to do is use blush to finish your contour. So I use this brush, and I use Kat Von D's Shade and Light. So since it's a two-tone blush, you're kind of contouring your face with a blush too, because you're gonna make like a darker shade here and a lighter shade here. So I use the lighter shade and get a lot of product on there. And then when you apply blush, you want to put it on the apples of your cheeks and sweep backwards. So a big, stupid grin usually helps. So. And then you have to do your other side. Okay. And then you're going to take this dark magenta color. And you are going to just put it back here. So you have 2 different shades of blush on. The next part I do is usually my eyes. To start out, I like to put a nude base on. It helps everything to stay really, really well, especially if you just don't even want to do eyeshadow that day and you just want to do an eyeliner. You should definitely put a nude base on because it will allow the liner not to transfer and go into your crease. This is in French Vanilla from CoverGirl. Took me a while to find the name on it. So I use the Bobbi Brown Eye Sweep brush, and it's pretty easy. And I'm just going to load up my brush, and I'm going to place all over my eyelid and go right up underneath my brow. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Self-Made palette. It has a lot of really pretty colors in it. So I'm just going to stay with neutrals today because if you're going for an everyday look, you probably want to just keep it simple and natural. So I'm going to use the color Sherbet and put it on this little brush right here. And I'm going to go and I'm going to fill in my crease. Do the other side. And now I'm just going to take the product off of my brush. And I'm going to go in with an empty brush and I'm just going to smooth out the lines up here so they don't look too harsh. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with this angled flat brush. And I'm going to use the color Buttery, which is the one over here. I love this color, and I hit the pan on it, so I use it all the time. And you're just going to go in, and you're going to go under that color, the sherbet color I put on, or whatever color you choose, obviously, just to do a two-tone look. Okay, and there are my eyes. The next thing I like to do is my eyebrows, and so I'm just going to fill them in. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills number 14 brush. It has the angle, and I use their Dip Brow pomade in chocolate. So when I do my brows, I don't like to start all the way on the inner corner. I like to start a little bit in and then do just the under part of my brow. And drag it over to where you want it to end. And then I'm going to go in and I'm just going to keep sweeping upward and just filling in this one section. You want to make sure that you do a bit of an arch. And just bring it down. You can go in, you can put lightly, just fill in these outer hairs. Okay. And then you're going to go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills and Brow Wiz. There's actually like a little wand on that side. And then there's the pencil on the other side. And this is in chocolate also. So you're just going to go lightly and fill in this inner part. Just do light or sweeping motions upwards. And it gives you a faded brow. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to do the other one. The next part I'm going to do is my eyeliner. I really like using liquid felt tip eyeliners. They stay really well for me. I have really bad like creasing issues, so when I use gel or a pencil, it usually creases and it doesn't stay all day. So my go-to one is Kat Von D's and Trooper. But other ones that are really good are actually Sephora's brand. They do one, they have their classic line, which is just the tip, just like Kat Von D's is. But then if I'm like in a rush one day and I'm trying to do it really quickly, their dramatic line one is awesome. It's in a chisel tip. It works really, really well. But like I said, Kat Von D's my go-to, so this is what I'm going to use. I like wearing a winged eyeliner, and that's my go-to look all the time. If it's just an everyday look, it's a little wing. If I'm going out, it just gets bigger. So I'll show you how I do that. So when you do your wing, you want to sweep up from your bottom lash line and go as far out as you want. So if you wanted to go all the way out here, you could. If you just want to make it mini like I am going to right now, then you can do that too. I'm going to go about there. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to make sure that they're pretty even. Okay, and then I like to go in, and I have a lot of lashes, so I like to go in and I like to fill in between the lashes and get the bottom part. In order for me to do that well, I actually will go like this, which is probably weird to a lot of people, but it's how I have to do it. So I'm just going to go in, I'm going to outline from the corner of my eye to the outside of my eye, just on this bottom part. Just colored in, and then obviously stop when you get to the wing. So all I did was fill it in. And I'll go and do that on this side. They filled in pretty well. Since one of the most important parts of doing a wing is having a point, now you want to go in and you don't want to hit the very, very end. You want to do a little bit inwards. And when you close your eyes for a wing, you're going to want like a flat line. So I will draw from a little bit inward to the top right here in the center of my eye. And I will also do this a little bit. And then you're just going to color it in. So there's one of my wings. So I'm going to do the other one. Now both wings are done. And the next part and the last part I do is pick a lipstick. So since it's an everyday look, I have a million different colors, but I'm going to stay with like a nice light pink. So one of my favorite lipsticks right now, it's probably topping the list, is Kylie Jenner's new lip kits. They are fantastic. They don't transfer. They stay all day. Like you can eat several meals and they're still perfect. So in her lip kit, she has a lip liner and then she has her liquid lipstick. This is in the color Cocoa K. So I'm just going to go in with the lip liner. I'm going to trace my lips. And I like to overline. So when you overline, you have like a white line around your lip. So you want to hit that white line on the top and on the bottom, but you want to stay true to the corners of your mouth. Okay, and then you're going to use her liquid lipstick. I love this stuff so much. And she tells you just to use like a very thin amount. So I usually only use the one or whatever's on the wand when I take it out and don't dip back in. So I'm just gonna smooth it all over my lips. And there you go. That's my everyday makeup look. So wings, the brows filled in, contour, lipstick. So thank you for watching. I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please like it below and feel free to subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram at HunterRenee43. Thanks guys. Bye.